you must first understand that there is a time to plant. And there is a time you are going to harvest that which you've planted. So a man who lacks the understanding, or a man who doesn't understand that in the time to plant, if he or she fails to plant, then when the time to harvest comes, you will have nothing to harvest. Alright, good day everyone. My name is Ologududu Joseph Adesukomi. And I'm right here in Zoe TV Africa studio, and we are live on Unscripted Wisdom. And I'm going to pick a paper that has been wrote. I'm not aware of the content, so it's on the spot. I'm going to see what is inside, and I'm going to read it out and speak on it for a few minutes. So shall we? I hope it's something related to money or book. A stitch in time saves 9. I think this is one of the adage I'm gonna like to speak on. A stitch in time saves 9. So firstly, the word that we are all familiar with in the world is time. Let's start with that. So let's relate it because I have a few minutes to speak on. So speaking about time, we must understand that there is time for everything. And it is very important and expedient for us to have an understanding of what time is, for us to excel in life, not only in life, in everything what we do. That in the time to plant, if he or she fails to plant, then when the time to harvest comes, you will have nothing to harvest. Now understand, how do you recognize the time and the season to plant? Because any man who misses the season and the time to plant will definitely miss the season of harvest. Now we experience, most students now during this ASU strike, it is important to know that this 8 months we used at home is a time to plant. What do I mean? It is a time to maximize every moment, every seconds of that 8 months count. Why? Because now it is going to be obvious. Those who planted during this 8 months, now they are going to be reaping it. Now I'm a living example. During the 8 months, I went into photography. My 8 months, I spent it learning photography. I spent it building businesses. I spent, at least during this strike, I was able to establish about 3 businesses. Now that I'm back on campus, the first thing I did, this week I'll be launching my own photography studio. I have a studio now with all equipment. And why? Because during the ASU strike, I was able to maximize the time. I wasn't just sleeping and waking up. I didn't just find a business to do and come. No, I found something that will pay me. That is, when I planted, I ensured that the seed I'm planting will last long. I won't just have to harvest it only during the time I was planting. It is something I am going to be harvesting continuously. So it means that when you know the time to plant, it is going to really help you when the time for harvest comes. You are going to have something to harvest. Now, so you must understand that discipline is important when it comes to timing. If you are not disciplined, even the time you want to plant, you won't be able to plant. Why? Because planting requires work. I'm an agriculturist. I'm studying agriculture. So it means that I understand that for me to go to farm, I must be disciplined. It requires consistency. I must go every day. So it means that once you understand the time to plant, when you plant at that time, when other people are lamenting, when other people are complaining, you will have something to back on with. Why? Because you are going to be harvesting when that time comes. A stitch in time saves 9. Okay, so my explanation means that a stitch in time means that when you come in time, you are not sleeping. You are not procrastinating. You are doing the things you ought to do at the right time. It will save you a whole lot of explanation later on. It will save you a whole lot of excuses when the time comes. So it means that what? When you stitch the time now, when you do the right thing now that you need to work, you are working. It means that later on, you won't have excessive time, or you won't have time to be explaining or to be giving excuses. Thank you very much. Thank you, ZOTV. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. How was it?